Top 5 DC Comics Storylines. What do you think are the best DC Comics storylines in the entire universe? An age-old question that has been asked by DC fans for how many years? There is such a vast array of comics that DC has produced, and it's so hard to pick out your favorites because they just keep getting better and better when you read them. From the compelling story of The Dark Knight Returns to the light-hearted excerpts of Young Justice, it would be illegal to just pick one or two and leave the rest out, right? Well, it's your lucky day because we'll do the hard part for you. Hello heroes, and welcome to our YouTube channel, The Legendary Comic Heroes. Today, we will be bringing you the top 5 DC Comics storylines. Now, we know it's a heavy task to bear, but we will try our best so that you heroes can enjoy this video. So brace yourselves as we dive into the first comic storyline on our list. Number 5. Return of Barry Allen. On the 5th spot, we have the return of Barry Allen. Now in this storyline, it follows right after Barry Allen's death. Also at this time, Wally West is the one taking up the Flash's superhero mantle. This story is solely about Barry returning to life and showing up to Wally's doorstep during Christmas Eve. Shocking, right? Imagine if your dead mentor would come to visit you like that and say, "Merry Christmas," like it was just nothing. Of course, Wally was glad that his mentor was alive and kicking, but that's where the complication starts. The two speedsters started working together again and noticed a little bit of tension that started to rise over sharing the identity of the Flash. What makes this comic so great is that this is where the character of Wally West started to grow even further as the real Flash. Throughout the 6 volumes, Wally proved to be the best version of himself. All it needed was a little challenge for him to push through his boundaries. This comic showed the truest sense of heroism. Number 4. The Judas Contract. Coming in on our 4th spot is the Judas Contract. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with the Teen Titans, right? And we all know who Terra is? Well, this is the comic that arc in the Teen Titans series was based off. This comic is one of the most important storylines in the DC universe because this is where we got to see the secret origin of the Terminator himself, Deathstroke. Aside from that, this comic is also where Terra's betrayal against the Teen Titans started and how she was aligned with Deathstroke this whole time. Yeah, we know, it hurts that we love Terra too, but all good things must come to an end. Out of all those terrible things that we mentioned so far, there's one part of this comic story that outshone all the bad. This storyline also presented the first appearance of Dick Grayson, formerly known as Robin, as Nightwing. With the legacy of Robin forever embedded behind him, he takes up the mantle of Nightwing until he eventually became the Dark Knight himself, Batman. On our list so far, we have amazing comic storylines that revolved around the vast character development and heroism. But truly, our next entries will entice you even more. So please do stick around till the end of this video. And again, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want more videos like this. Number 3. The Dark Knight Returns. Taking over the 3rd spot, we have The Dark Knight Returns. Since we all love Batman, we're definitely sure that you're going to love this comic storyline. This follows an alternate timeline wherein Bruce Wayne returns from retirement, who was 55 years old at that time, to fight crime but unfortunately is being opposed by the Gotham City Police Force and the United States government. This is where we got to see one of the legendary fights between the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel. Since Clark in this alternate universe is an agent of the US government, it is apparent that both of these men in tights will go head to head. We don't know which side you're on, but Batman won this fight thanks to a kryptonite arrow fired by Oliver Queen, allowing the armored Batman to dominate the Kryptonian. Number 2. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Number 2 goes to the Crisis on Infinite Earths. And yes, this comic is where the CW series on Netflix is based off from. This comic solved so many continuity errors in the DC universe, and mind you, there are a lot. Because of the villain named Anti-Monitor, the Crisis bumped so many universes together, which resulted in heroes meeting other heroes from different universes. It's like every DC fan's wet dream. This series of comics became the glue that held the other multiverses together and became a solid foundation for establishing the chaotic continuity that the DC universe has been tangled in for so many years. Thanks to this, we got to see Flash, Supergirl, Arrow, and a lot more heroes that we thought we'd never meet. and we're sure that there will be more crossovers to come, and we can't wait. Number 1. Kingdom Come. Well, some of you might have guessed this already, but it would be illegal not to place Kingdom Come on the number 1 spot. The story takes place in an alternate timeline where the old generation heroes are plunged into a civil war with the new generation heroes. The new heroes are reckless and immature, and were in constant strife with the villains and other heroes alike without regard for anyone's safety. To complicate things even more, Superman tried to recruit the older heroes to his cause, including Batman, but he refused because Wayne wanted to do the coaxing of the new generation heroes diplomatically rather than physical imposition. So Batman was also recruiting other heroes for his cause. Yikes! There are 3 sides to this coin after all. Basically, Kingdom Come is an entire Civil War arc with so much layers of depth when it comes to the concept of humanity and life, and where the fine line between good and evil wasn't that apparent anymore. This comic storyline is a must-read. We hope that this gets a live-action series or movie soon. And that concludes our top 5 DC comic storylines. Which one of these comics have you read? Please tell us in the comments section and share your thoughts with us so we can include them in our future videos. The vastness of the DC universe is astounding, and all we have to do is to wait for more stories, both new and old, to unfold. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Legendary Comic Heroes, for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching!